Hey, I am not on your Instagram. I'm not hearing your volume either. I can see you talking, but I'm not hearing.
Is that
Can
it?
you guys there?
Okay. Yeah, hi.
Okay. Hey, we're here.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
So Instagram, we're having troubles.
Yes, we are. Instagram, are you sure? Yeah, because I don't
Yes.
know what's going on. So hang on, people. We will get you on Instagram. I know a lot of them can't hear, but
Nobody can on Instagram.
I know. I feel so bad. So hopefully there's sound now, guys. California, we got Canada. Hi, everyone. We've got Texas, San Antonio, Toronto.
Woohoo!
Oh, Scranton. Scranton, isn't that Scranton, Pennsylvania? Every time I hear the word Scranton, it reminds me of Office. You know, the show Office, because that was in Scranton. I think it's Pennsylvania.
Is that New Jersey or Pennsylvania?
Oh, maybe it's New Jersey. I don't know.
I'm not
Hi
sure.
from Scotland and Arkansas. Oh
my gosh,
goodness.
Irene. Okay, are we going to try Instagram again?
Yeah, I turned off my phone. You guys, we are not, well, the technical problems aren't on mine or Lisa's end. I don't know why it's not connecting, because obviously I have internet here.
It's the Instagram that's not connecting. So we've got YouTube and Facebook on here. So hi, everybody. Hang on. We're trying to get connected to.
No, we're all good. There's
Instagram.
Paula, Washington, Delaware.
Puyallup,
Mississippi, Guatemala. I mean, come on. You know, what a world of
Halifax,
connection.
Nova Scotia.
You know, just connection. Okay, live. Let's go live.
North Dakota. Okay.
Okay.
Is
Instagram,
it on?
I'm sorry you guys came. Well, you guys were all here. But it should be working, yeah. But for some reason, I didn't get you guys all connected. So sorry about that.
Okay.
Now, how do I add people again? Oh, here we go.
Okay, I just requested to join.
No, wait a minute. Here we go. Oh, there you are. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, when we get all this connected, we're going to have a salute.
Yeah, welcome, you guys. Thanks you for coming and joining us online.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. I don't know what we call this. What do we call this? Little Big Chat?
Little Big
Amy
Chat.
Live, Amy and Lisa Live. I don't know. But wow.
All right.
We're in the middle of, technical difficulties are out of the picture. So hallelujah.
Yay.
May, can you believe we're in May?
Oh my gosh.
Of May already.
No. How did that happen?
I don't know.
It's crazy.
I just can't believe all the people that are on. I mean, Norway, Virginia, Kansas City, Missouri, Ontario, Brazil. We got Louisiana on IG, Nevada.
Tyler, Texas on IG.
The UK.
Hillsborough.
Brazil. Oh my God. Hi from Hillsborough. Wait a minute. You're in my neighborhood. Well, we've got Florida. I mean, we have Newcastle,
Miami.
Alberta. Newcastle, I think, is in England. Oh, hello from Michigan. Yes.
Yay.
I'm glad someone from my home state is
Ireland.
Here. New Hampshire. Because the names go by so fast, I would read, well, maybe we don't have to read the states. We can say, but the names are so small. I don't think I have strong enough glasses.
That's a glasses problem. I can read them with my contacts. Well, let's give a big thank you to everybody today, especially our marketing team, Method Agency for promoting, and Corsan Media. We've got Naveed on here helping us through this, because without him, this wouldn't be possible. So big shout out to you, Naveed. Thank you so much.
Well, we're doing Restream, which connects us to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. IG, you guys are right here. And so doing that Restream and connecting everyone, Naveed has been a tremendous, huge help. So anyway.
And that's part of growing. You know, we're growing our show and trying to reach out to as many people as possible. So.
Well, and the other thing is, just to recap, especially if there's new people on here, we like to keep this light. We like to keep it fun, I hope, interesting, just kind of Lisa and I, you know, going back and forth, just hopefully picking fun topics and stuff, because as we all know, there's enough out there that I do not need to be diving into here. So we just like to have a good time. Like, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I hope you're having a good middle of the May.
Mm-hmm. Salute.
So thank you to everyone. Thank you to all of you. This is going to kind of be a live. We might do a little bit more because my episodes are out. And so this is kind of just not nitpicking, but just picking out some of the highlights of the episode and stuff like that. So
Amy, this is season 22.
Yes.
How 22 years or more?
Well, not necessarily 22 years, but because the way they do episodes, that keeps changing. But we are season 22, and this is not 100%, but I think we're one of the longest running shows on TLC.
Yep.
I can't say
pretty amazing.
All of reality, because like I said, like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or The Voice or what's that other one? What's the other one? I think ABC.
American Idol.
Yeah, American Idol. Their season is, one season is in the fall, another season in the spring or whatever, season 2.
Right.
Like how we grew up, season 1 was fall and winter, spring.
It was all in one. Now they're kind of breaking it up into small.
Like all over the place.
But still, 22 seasons. That's 22, amazing. Congratulations for that.
I know.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, awesome. Lisa. Call me crazy.
I do. A lot of times I call you crazy.
I know you do. she's not too far off the mark on that one. But a lot of it has to do with all of you guys. Thank you for being just interested in our story, my family, and just like any family, it's gone through ups and downs and dynamics and changes. And, you know, obviously this season and probably last season and the season before, probably the last 3 seasons, I think, you know, it's really been about Matt and I and Zach and, you know, what's going on in Matt's life, what's going on in my life, and Zach and Tori's family and stuff. And we all know how much people like new families and babies and everything, but I just like it in general because I gained another title, and that was grandma.
So. Oh, I know. Well, yeah, that's great. I mean, basically you're raising another generation on the show. That's awesome.
Well, I wouldn't say raising another generation on the show, but I think we're highlighting, even though you're different, even though we still get a lot of questions as to why, you know, not doing the show, but like kids, like you have the possibility of having dwarf kids. But I'm like, that's not a why to me. That's like, what a blessing. Just to even, especially, you know, last weekend being Mother's Day, just the blessing of being a mom. The opportunity and the gift of being a mom to me is huge. I mean, I think anyone that, you know, may be a little different, or especially special needs, whether it be Down syndrome, whether it be, you know, a whole slew of other things. I truly believe, you know, God chose this family, this woman to be the mom, because even though she may not have the confidence, she's one strong woman to be able to raise and care and pave the way for their kid. So.
I agree. Well, let's have some special shout outs to Little People Big World fans. First,
Yes,
let's say hi to Deb. Hi, Deb.
Oh,
we
yeah,
see
hi,
you out
Deb.
there. She said, give her a shout out. Hey.
Deb obviously is our good friend. And I think I missed page 1. Oh, yeah. Deb is definitely our good friend, and she's helping me plan my wedding.
Yes.
Along with Lisa. So, you know,
I have a lot of fun.
We have done a lot of events, a lot of planning and everything. But when you incorporate new people, such as the groom.
All right, now you're going to have to give him a little space. He's going to have some of his decisions too.
You know what?
I'm just kidding.
No, I think it's great that he's interested, but I think it's kind of funny in the beginning. Oh yeah, she'll handle it. She'll handle it.
Right, and now he has his own opinion. Oh, well, I'll give a few more shout outs. Shirley Steele from Wisconsin.
I'll do the next one.
Okay, go for it.
We'll do one, you and I.
Okay.
So Bobby Moore from Detroit, Michigan. Woohoo!
Woohoo! You wanted that because it was Michigan.
I know.
Cindy Adele from Battleground, Washington.
Hey, that's our neighbor.
I know.
Oh, Diana from Charlotte, North Carolina. Diana P.
Nice. Susan Brewer from Port Orange, Florida.
Woohoo! And John Surrey from Boston, Massachusetts.
Ooh,
John,
Boston.
we had to include you because
Yes.
I'm glad men are interested in this crazy show of ours too.
I know. I also saw on our chat here Miriam from Peru.
Wow.
Lisa Fuentes Amaya from California. She's been on before. So great to see you back. What do you see on here?
Oh, I see Becky from good old Minnesota.
Minnesota. All right.
Minnesota.
Let's see. Wellington, New Zealand. Tanya Tonks.
Wow. We've got a lot of people from Minnesota and Indiana, West Massachusetts.
Yeah.
What was that? Tawas? Yeah, Tawas. Buffalo, New York. Harding.
Belgium.
Calgary.
Geo Carrington from Belgium.
Oakland, California.
Awesome.
Oh, by the way, my nephew, my sister's boy, Kathy, he is a guide on, I think, the American River. So he's going out to California. So if you guys ever want to do a rafting trip, he's somewhere out there doing it.
Very cool.
I can't remember the company's name. So,
well, you will find out maybe at a later date and let you know.
Yeah.
Legal Alberta. Oh.
Bedford, Texas. San Diego, California. Audrey's sister just moved down to San Diego because she got a job and is working down there. So
nice.
New Jersey. Wow.
South Australia, Elaine Carrison.
Brazil, an IG.
Colombia.
Brazil, you know what? I gotta love you, Brazil. You guys are awesome.
Big fans, yeah.
And
definitely.
you know, a big shout out to Puerto Rico. I don't know what's happening in your island, but it sounds like something's happening. At least that's what's out there on the news. So I want to wish you guys all well and whatever is going on. You know, it seems like there's a lot going on everywhere. We just really don't ever lose the hope and prayer and, you know, that we're all going to, you know, make it work one day. Oh, Chris, you want to say bye? Guess where Chris is going?
Where?
Where's Chris going?
Oh, wait a minute. Make
have
sure
to get in the.
yeah.
Scoot over, Chris.
No, he's there because he shows in the big one.
Yeah.
There he is.
There. Hey,
But
Chris.
anyway, he's off to go do an interview for the show. So.
Yep.
Oh,
Good luck.
fun.
Oh, do you want to? Yeah, then just keep him there because I'll be coming later.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Bye.
fun.
Bye.
Bye, Chris.
The black shirt looks nice, babe.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chris is off doing, going to do like a solo interview. He doesn't do a lot of them, but he does do them. And I get nervous. What is he going to say?
I don't know. I'd be a little nervous too.
Just yell for him?
Really?
Anyway, he's going to go off and do a solo interview. And then after this, I go and do a dual interview. And even though the episodes are airing right now, we are wrapping up some of these last minute interviews, little sound bites or whatever they call them. So, yeah. But anyway.
Nice, nice. Well, let's catch up. We've got finally season 22, Little People, Big World has started.
Did we talk about Mother's Day? I hope everyone had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend. And what a special weekend it was for me because, well, only Lisa too, but Tori's birthday was May 3rd. Mother's Day weekend, Zach's and Jeremy's birthday was May 10th. Jackson's birthday was May 12th. So the beginning of May is really big.
That's fun.
Anyway, it was fun celebrating Jackson's 4th birthday.
Oh, he's so sweet. Getting so big.
And then all my kids are going on a week trip somewhere, and I'm like, wait a minute, why isn't your mother and mother-in-law going anywhere? But anyway, so this morning, and I didn't even have a cup of coffee, but I was almost feeling very tired before this live event because this morning I watched Ember and Bodie, Jeremy and Audrey's kids, for about 2 hours or so, hour and a half, 2 hours, because, you know, a lot of times parents packing on the airplane and packing for a trip, it's a huge ordeal now. So I was hanging out with them, took them for a walk, went to the park and everything. So that was all fun. Then I went over to Zach and Tori's to watch Lila and Jackson because they had to go and do their dual interview. And so it was a grandma day this morning. So I was pretty excited.
That's very fun. Very fun.
Anyway. Okay, sorry, Lisa. We can dive into.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Season 22, episode 1.
Yes. And with the Mother's Day, congratulations. We also want to congratulate winners from our last live event. We'll be getting a hold of you if we haven't already. They were winners of earrings from that we have on Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. And let's see, what else did we have on there? Earrings. Oh, and the martini glasses. So last time you saw the martini glasses. This time you see Amy and I drinking out of wine glasses. These
are cherished things because these were hand done, hand painted, and they were from a very special event of giving to the community and building wells and everything from my charity foundation. So
yes, so you can see they're painted. These are from 2013 Starry Night.
Mine is from 2012.
Cool. And we're going to give away, so stay tuned at the end. We're going to give you the code on what to say and then put it in the chat, and we'll have winners for this time's live as well. So cheers.
Well, aren't we giving that right now so that we can pick? I thought we were picking during this time.
No, we have a person who's monitoring the chat, and all throughout the show, they're going to pick. We have one person so far. He's going to pick the rest.
Should we give the people the code right now, or is it at the end?
No, they have to wait till. Oh yeah. I hear what you're saying. Okay, no, you're right. You are correct.
Oh,
okay.
Woohoo!
You are correct. If you want to join the contest for the giveaway, it's going to be a wine glass and a signed autographed Amy book. So just say, I love reading, because it's going to be her book. So throughout the chat, if you say, I love reading, we'll use that as your entry into the contest. Thank you, Amy, for making that straight. We try to be as organized as possible, but sometimes it flows and sometimes it doesn't.
No, we are organized. Lisa is very organized. She is my, what do you call that? You know, when you want to be organized, but for some reason it just kind of falls apart. Well, she's my subconscious being organized person. You know what? Tell you the truth, it's probably why I gravitated to Chris. As much as I may not like it sometimes, he's kind of organized. He's kind of like things in order and everything. And I think, sometimes when it's just not one of your best qualities or characteristics or whatever it is, like in me.
But you've got the creative and you've got the, you do.
I've got the
and
fun,
so it takes two.
the creativity, and like,
yeah,
I cannot let a clean kitchen, like this morning, I cannot let, what do I want? A clean kitchen or time with my grandkids? People, really, there's no choice. I'm hanging out with my grandkids.
Yes.
Because I know that coming back, I will need to clean the kitchen. But, but you know, that's an incident on a daily basis. I think I do keep things neat.
Like it looks pretty clean to me. It looks
yeah,
clean.
You guys can't tell. Well, we did have the cleaning people come today.
Okay, that's cheating.
No, I have a cleaning person come every other week because, tell you the truth, being in a new house, it's different than in my other house. My other house was huge and, you know, the kids. But anyway, things are up higher. It's a little more difficult for me to constantly be up and down a ladder to dust shelves or windows.
Oh yeah, deep cleaning like that you need. Yeah, and Chris is good about that stuff too. I know that because I've been over when you do all the cooking and then he comes in and cleans up and does the dishes. So it's a good team approach. I love that. I love that. All right. Well, speaking of Chris, it looks like from episode 1, now we'll just kind of dive into it.
Oh, we're diving into the episode, huh? Okay.
Episode. Okay. So
I just want to let y'all know, are you ready? Are you ready for this? We're diving into some things on season 22 of Little People, Big World, episode 1. Behind
the scenes.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's kind of, just to give a shout out to, I mean, I can, you know, it's like a book. I think each season is like a book. You know, you read the first chapter and then you get more information in the second episode and the third episode and everything. So I can't go from season 1 and tell you the end of the book. And it's like, well, that's no fun.
We have to pace ourselves. Yes, we have to pace
give you what I can right now.
Okay. All right. So it looks like you'd left some items at the farmhouse for a while. They showed a scene where all these things were all over and dishes and breakables and all of that. Tell us really what was going on.
First of all, seeing that episode feels like it is 10 million years ago. And it was like probably 8-9 months ago. A lot of this has to do with COVID, you know, trying to film a show during COVID hasn't been as hard as I thought, but it's still hard. It's difficult and, you know, things like that. You know, we get tested weekly and all this other stuff. But anyway, to answer the question, where I'm at right now is completely different than what you guys all see in the first episode. It was hard for me to leave my home of 30 years. Yes, I did make that choice. And I cried when they went back to all the flashbacks, you know, in that episode. I'm thinking, it was so, life moved so fast for half of those years that, you know, I forget at what a life my kids had. I mean, there was chaos going on. There was definitely stuff going on, but it was a good time living on that farm, raising these kids in the house that we were at. And so anyway, so yeah, it was hard to leave 30 years. You know, Matt had, you know, taken what he had wanted 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the stuff that was there, I was still working because, you know, you still got to work. I still got to raise kids and, you know, things like that, that there was so much history left in the house. And to me, that was the hardest thing to go through. What do you get rid of and what do you keep? And when I closed the door at the very end, you guys would be amazed at what I left. And the pile that you see in the episode was all of the stuff because I needed a room, like taking this stuff from one room, okay, put it here. Taking stuff from another room, put it here. That was all the stuff that I was either giving away or throwing out because it was worthless or something like that. Or maybe one of the kids gave it. Like I gave one of my mixers I know I gave one to Molly. Maybe that was a while ago. But I gave the other mixer to Jacob and Isabel because they had moved. They're down in the Bend area. So anyway, it was hard. And the one thing I noticed about this show, though, I'll tell you, I allowed COVID to put on a few pounds.
Hello. Okay. I'm trying to get it off, but
what in the world did I do?
Did we just take a COVID pill and we blew up? I mean, that's kind of how I feel, especially seeing the trailer that we'll talk about too. Yeah, for the wedding dress shopping.
Well, didn't you guys see?
Was that
Chris and I
me?
take Felix for a walk, right?
Yeah.
In this episode,
yeah.
I looked at myself and I'm like, really? You allowed COVID to do this to you, Amy? What?
But we're working on it. Both of us. We're working on it, and it's being healthy.
Don't make any comments about me looking overweight, fat, or any of that stuff. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I do also realize that the older I get, the harder it is to get the pounds off. So even though I love cooking and I do eat everything that I cook, I think what I'm focusing more on is smaller portions.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I make a dessert, just taking a bite of it, because, I tell you, if I make cookies, can I have 6 of them? Please.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just have 6 of them? Or something
and then go
like
back for more later.
Yeah.
Well, so I think it's fair to say then that all the things people saw, those piles of things, you had already gone through.
Yeah.
You were donating most of that. And then you did have, Matt did offer and come in and take out most of those things for donation.
What's very interesting, because I think it all, absolutely, Lisa. It's all true. It's all correct. And what I left in there, I said, Matt, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of good stuff, but I know you are so anxious. And these are the things you don't put up, see. I knew he was so anxious to get in there, clear it out, and do whatever. I said, because you want me out right now, that, I had the time to take out my stuff, but I also wanted the time to, divvy out all this stuff. He had someone that's been working with him for a very long time. They worked together in business. She has worked and helped him out on the farm for a long time.
Yeah, very nice person.
Happens to be named Karen too.
Different Karen. Different Karen.
Too many Karens. But she ended up renting the house because she is building a house, but she sold her house and needed a place to stay. So now that the house was empty, she's there.
So you have a renter in there, right?
Yeah, so we have a renter in there, and
that's a juicy tidbit.
Oh yeah, with all the crazy building going on and the prices like doubling, if not tripling, she may not be able to build her house. I feel
that's
so
not a
horrible
long-term rental for her either.
I feel so bad. So they may actually buy a house, keep the lot, and either sell their house, build later. I don't know.
Well, that's good info, everybody. You heard it here, not on the show.
No. So we do have a renter. And so we're still trying to figure out, I think, as the show said, I think, this will give time. I don't own any of the, wait a minute, do I?
Not yet.
Yes, I do.
Not yet.
I still own the farm. At least in the episode world.
Let's go on to question 2. Okay. You tell me not to say anything and you're spilling the beans over here. That's all I know is happening right now. But it's probably good for people. Okay.
Okay, we're moving on, people.
We're moving on here. Okay. So again, we know all that clutter and those things were just donate, and Amy got out and the house got cleaned up, renter in there. It's all good.
Let me interrupt here for just a minute. I'm hoping people are on here knowing that we're talking about the episode, right?
We're talking about episode 1 that aired.
No, but I mean, we promoted it, that we would
Yes.
at least mention it or something. Okay.
This is behind the scenes for.
Well, I didn't want to
episode
bore people.
You're not. They're getting some tidbits.
You know, I definitely don't want to bore people.
No. Okay, so you invited Matt and Karen to a housewarming that you were having, which was really interesting because of COVID. Yeah. It was a strange time for everyone. And I think Matt and Karen had mentioned they had other plans for that date, but didn't want to not come over. So
to give you an idea of what happened there, you know, we thought we could just have a small housewarming get together. Not that I needed people to bring things or anything, but I just wanted people to say, to me, this was a big move. I moved from the farm and now I'm in a neighborhood. I look out my yard. It's a great yard, but this fence blocks my view in the house. I'm used to walking out my front door and I see all of this space. And to, you know, quiet some of the things, you guys, yes, I will always miss that part of the farm. I will always talk about it because it has been such a huge chunk and part of my life. However, we still wanted to, Chris and I still wanted to have a housewarming party. The one thing I love about Chris is that we like to entertain. And this isn't fancy entertainment. It's just like having a meal, playing cards, playing games, hanging out outside or whatever it may be. So this housewarming party, well, we invited I think we could only invite 8 people.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, Lisa and Deb, because they kind of saw the house, but not really, but anyway. And then I thought, okay, Matt and Karen, because the grandkids will be here and there might be, you know, some family events where everyone comes. Will it happen often? No, but I like to know where I'm going, even if it happens once. So I thought I'd invite Matt and Karen. But because of COVID, and then Lisa and Deb couldn't come because at that time, everyone had to be tested before they could be filmed on the show. And their test results didn't come back. Yeah, we still do. And then Matt and Karen had other plans. So I thought, okay, I will still, you know, you guys can come a day. I think they came a day earlier. But my hesitation in all of that was, it was a lot. And I looked at this episode and I'm like, oh, brothers, when you think you're hiding your emotions when you're not, I'm thinking, oh, Amy, you are such a fool. When you think you're hiding something, you're really not. Your body language speaks. But it wasn't that I didn't.
Loud and clear.
Oh my God. But it wasn't like I didn't want them to come. I was just very hesitant as to what is this going to look like? What is the conversation that we're going to have? Because it's not like I'm going to be intimate and personal with them and everything. And so I just really, I had to get myself in a space that your only job here, Amy, is to be hospitable. Did I do the job well? I'm not sure, but I did the best I could.
I think you did a great job. And it was nice. They brought you a custom stool and a bottle of wine, kind of be an icebreaker there because they were nervous as well from the scene. You could see they were. Yeah,
I was nervous too.
Know, I mean, it was kind of out of the norm to have, and then to not have a party, but just the 4 of you sitting there. It was just,
it's like, okay, what do we talk about? You know, there's kind of the elephant in the room, but yet let's not go there because we still need to maintain this.
Right. So, and I think at the end of it, when they offered up the farm for the wedding, I totally got your vibe because you were shocked.
I was shocked. I was surprised.
I totally got your vibe on that, but it was
But
still nice
on the
for
other
them
hand, I was also glad that he brought it up and I did not have to go to him.
Mhm.
Because Chris and I, in this episode, were still looking at other venues. The farm was kind of like, is my plan B. Meaning, so much has been canceled in 2020. I had no idea what 2021 is going to look like.
You were having a tough time finding a venue.
Yes, our venue's going to be open. Are they not? Our date's going to be available. And Chris and I didn't have a date at that time. And so we were, we were still looking at venues. And so for him to bring it, I was shocked. But I'm like, okay, I'm glad you did this, but why? Yeah. Literally, I still think that. Like, well, at that time, I thought, why? Like, Matt doesn't, my history dictates, or I'd let it dictate as to why. Why did you do that? Like, why? What am I missing here? Is there something more here that I should be aware of?
Right.
But it might have been very much a genuine gesture. But at that time, I was very cautious and very guarded. Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's just how it is. That's still in your relationship with Matt. We all know that. So we get it. We get it.
I mean, there's a reason why you get divorced, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So what is this about meatballs?
Oh, wait, no, we're not there yet.
Yes, we are. We already talked about the other stuff, didn't we?
Well, the reason that Deb and I didn't make it to your party, the reason you only had Zach and Tori at your party is that we had to get COVID tested, but our tests did not come back in time for filming. So that was a problem.
Was I bummed? I was bummed, but I get it.
Yeah.
But it was great. No, I was very excited to, have Zach and Tori see the house and see it decorated. When they came over for Christmas in 2019, I had just moved in here. There was no furniture. I think the only furniture we had were the two chairs that Chris and I sit in. I've mentioned this before, people, but it reminds me of Archie and Edith Bunker where they have their two chairs, So anyway. And now they came and it was somewhat decorated. I still have to put up a lot of personal pictures, but that's another techie thing because this computer that I'm seeing you guys on, I'm running out of space. I got pictures on here. I've got so many pictures and I got to organize them. It's a whole big deal. But anyway. Yeah. So the meatballs, I made meatballs for who is it? When Matt and Karen or Zach and Tori?
Zach and Tori. And Jackson had to take his shirt off because he loves spaghetti so much. So he was eating all that. Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
That was cute.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. That was in the episode?
I think so.
I watched the episode. I don't remember that. But I remember making meatballs.
What did you serve at the party then?
Well,
you asked
Matt
me
and Karen, I just had like little appetizer things.
That was different, but then your actual housewarming party
maybe I did
just
make
Zach and Tori.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, and it was just Zach and Tori.
Well,
because no one else could show up.
Well, the reason that if Jackson's shirt was off is because Grandma Mimi was foolish enough not to have aprons. And so instead of getting his shirt all maybe with tomato sauce, we thought, well, it's better just to wipe off him instead of getting rid of his shirt.
I'm being corrected by our chat group here, and they're saying not in this scene. It wasn't in this
I don't
scene.
think it was either.
Okay, I was throwing you a curveball.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'll X out that part. Never mind. Okay, All right.
See, someone said meatballs at Christmas time. See, when you mentioned this, look at this, people.
I guess I was watching.
My notes. When she mentioned meatballs, do you see this? Wait, where is it?
I did not serve meatballs.
It's a big question mark.
Wow.
Big question mark.
Here's why we usually get together before the chat and go through this, and we never caught up last night or today. So we'll be better at this next time. But again, that just shows we're human crazy people. So
now this will go to, I do not remember in this episode that I was frosting cookies with Jackson.
That had to be when the meatballs were done in the Christmas episode.
See,
all right.
Because I'm like, what? Lisa, did you actually see the episode?
Well, we were supposed to watch it together last night and it didn't quite get there. So yes. All right.
Okay, that was Christmas time. You know what, fans?
My bad.
Fans, friends from all over the world, I love you. Thank you so very much. I tell you, when I'm in retirement age, I would love, well, I'd love to go to all the countries, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. But you know what? And we talked about this before. I would love to go and take a whole U.S. tour through every state. And one of the things, out of many things I would do in each state, I would love to pick someone and cook in their own home.
Yes.
Show me what is your tradition in a traditional meal, a family heritage, legacy, nationality,
different
culture,
countries too would be fun.
You know, that you love to make. But anyway,
yeah,
it's a dream. It's a dream.
I think it'd be great. People love it.
Okay,
all right,
we gotta
let's get back. Let's get back to our questions. All right, so touring Rick and Veronica's place for the venue. Rick is a best friend of Chris.
Are you reading this whole thing?
No, I'm just letting people know a little bit about Rick.
Yeah, Rick is a
best friend of Chris, and he's going to be Chris's best man. And Chris stood up for Rick at his wedding a few years ago at Rick's house, right? That's why you guys were looking at their
Rick and Veronica graciously offered their property and their house and everything to, as a wedding venue. And I was so appreciative of that, because when you go, I know what it means. I mean, I don't know how other people feel about that, but when you ask a whole bunch of people that you don't know onto your space, onto your property, onto your personal residence, to me, that is really huge, because that's a lot of work. It's you know, you have to get into a different mindset. And I was very appreciative that they had offered that.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very
so
nice.
We definitely took a tour, I guess, of his property, and, you know, kind of talked about what did they do at their wedding, what happened, and you know, where did people park, you know, and all of this other stuff. And so I was very thankful that they had offered that up.
Yeah, sounds like it's a good option since you haven't made a decision yet. So yes.
And Rick is a very good friend of Chris. They've known each other for 35 years.
Wow.
And Veronica is a wonderful woman, wife, and but she's a wonderful person. She likes to do a lot, and she likes to also be a part of something that changes things. Mm-hmm. So
well, did you guys notice in the scene where Chris said, Amy, is Lisa going to be your, and then you cut him off and said, not right now.
Well, because we were filming, I'm like, Chris, what are you doing? I hadn't officially asked anyone to be my maid of honor. Of course, Lisa. But I hadn't officially done it, and I'm like, oh, brothers.
You were trying to surprise me, I know. So, yes, I am the maid of honor. I don't
think I did a very good job at asking you.
You just asked me.
I know, but it should have been a big thing.
No, we're old. What do you mean? We're older women. I
Oh,
don't need all this
listen,
surprise.
we may be older, but does not mean we can't have fun.
Oh,
So
well,
anyway.
I think it was great. So yes, I'm going to be the maid of honor in the wedding, and you're having just one. And then,
No, I am just having one. It's like, the second time around, but most importantly, the older you get, yes, do I have a lot of friends? Absolutely. My family, my kids, my daughter and everything. But, Chris, Lisa's been a big part of a lot of transition in my life. I give her full credit for even lending her ear to me. Girlfriends, come on. Do you guys know
I
girlfriends?
know.
We vent.
Yes,
We talk.
we have to vent.
We and I do that with my sister, out in Michigan. But Lisa just knows so much more about Chris and my life. And so, yeah.
It's nice. And I'm honored to be your maid of honor. I think that's, it's going to be a wonderful day, and I'm so happy for you too.
And besides, I
because
need her
it's
to
so
help me.
beautiful. I'm going to be dragging her down the aisle, you guys. I'm going to say, give me your hand. Let's go. Let's go. No.
No. Once the doors open, I'll be like,
Oh,
what in the world am I doing? Like, what? I had
my
freedom.
gosh. What about Chris? He's going to say that too.
No.
No, I think you guys are both in a good place, and you both want this.
No, we are.
And
I mean, it's like
there's no forced. Yeah.
No.
And
cool. It's like if I've learned anything in life, especially me myself and the challenges that I have overcome, nothing is perfect. You can always strive for it, but
yeah.
The old saying, enjoy the journey.
I love that.
Absolutely have a destination,
mm-hmm.
but enjoy the moments in that journey. Because if you don't make it, I would hate to say that the years and the life that I have lived wasn't worth it because I didn't reach the destination. So to me, it's a lot about the journey. I've had a very good life. Challenges, absolutely. Did I handle them all well? No. The saying that I have, I'm perfectly imperfect. And so is Chris. We do have our differences.
Because we're humans, but we're humans. That's why.
But then again, every relationship has issues. And if Chris and I were so the same, I think we would be bored to death. I know he would be. And is it going to be a challenge? He has never been married and things like that. But I don't, the one thing I love about us is that he is willing to say, hey, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. And I do the same, but we do it immediately. We don't
let it
push it underneath the rug so much. I mean, has it happened? Okay, a couple of times, but
not any type of extreme.
Yeah, we don't push it underneath the rug. So no, I'm excited. Okay.
All right. So everybody, how did you like the tour of Amy's house? You guys finally got to see what it looked like on the main floor and the upper floor. That did happen, right? That did happen.
Okay, to get some of your questions out of the way. Not everyone likes that that one chair that I have in the living room, which is gray and yellow. When I saw it, I loved it. And I will tell you a little bit of history about that. I did an art project, I think back in high school. And you know how the color wheel and you cross colors here and there? I don't know if I did it purple and gray, but I think the grays and the yellows were across from each other. Oh. And I don't know, when I saw this chair, I thought, I don't know. I just really like it. It's just
warm, inviting.
It's. Tell you the truth, I would have a very eclectic house. I really would. I would have a splash of this color, plain this. I would have this and this, because every time I looked at something, I would say, "Oh, I like it," but it doesn't mean that everything connects. But anyway, when I saw this chair. In fact, I don't even know when I bought it. Did I buy it for the house?
Yes,
it doesn't even matter.
You did, because it took a while to figure out the rest of the living room, because you bought the chair first, because you loved the chair. And then
I
it was
thought,
trying
why
to
is
find
it so
a rug.
confusing? I bought this chair, like add blue, add whatever goes with grays and yellows. Anyway, the chair that I have there, I believe it came from Lazy Boy, because it's a recliner chair. I love Lazy Boy. I think they have a lot of great furniture. So that chair
Shout
came
out
from
to Lazy Boy.
Yes, Lazy Boy. Can you reach out to me? The chair that I have, that is the Edith and Archie Bunker, that chair came from Lazy Boy as well. But anyway, that chair came from Lazy Boy. My couches came from a local furniture store, Banner, and it's located in Hillsboro, Oregon. But it's by I think a good brand. What is it? Stafford brand?
Stanton. And that's made in Oregon. It's made in Oregon. Stanton.
So Stanton's a good furniture brand.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you first move in the house and you have nothing, I'm like, and then Chris was like, you got to get things. And I'm like, give me time.
She wanted to fill in. What I love is your dining room set. That is gorgeous. And the mirror. The mirror came from Chris's house, right?
Yes, the mirror came from Chris's house. And I will be the first to admit, when he mentioned that, I'm like, excuse me? Like what? What is this?
Yeah.
I don't know, part of my plan.
It goes perfect.
But when he did bring it, we were both hesitant. He's like, oh, well, let's just see. And so we've warmed up to it, and I wouldn't change it, because I think the big gold and everything, I think really works in a mirror.
It's lovely. It's lovely.
And the table, though, I bought it
gorgeous.
Here. I think it's USA Oak Furniture or something like that. It was on the east side, Lisa. And but they have a lot of oak furniture, but a lot of their furniture is made in the Amish community out east, like Indiana,
there's
Illinois,
actually an Amish community in Oregon as well, too.
Really?
That makes furniture. Yeah, I think it came from.
Well, it didn't happen here. It happened out
you had to have it shipped.
Yeah. Oh, but guess what? It took me months to get this. This is all real wood, and that's one of the things I miss about decorating a house. I grew up with stuff that was like all wood, was whatever.
Solid.
But when I saw this table, I thought, this is going to be the most expensive furniture in my house. But because I love to cook, I love to gather around the table.
Yeah.
I love the conversation. I said, this is worth it to me. So we were supposed to have it delivered in 2 months, because the delivery people or whatever happened from some transition, not to my house, but whatever. I guess the table fell or something. And so they called me and said, well, you know, we could little repair it. And I'm like, no. I am willing to wait another couple of months for the amount of money that I'm paying for this. I want it all perfect. So anyway, it
gorgeous.
will be, I think my kids are already fighting over it as an inheritance. But
that's a long way down the road.
It is.
Yeah.
It's definitely a legacy piece, but it's real wood. I love it. It's the wood and the chairs.
And Chris loved it too. He was really into getting that too. And then you go upstairs and you see the man cave.
Yeah. Well, people call it the man cave, but, you know, because, you know, I bought the house. And but Chris wanted some ownership on it, and I said, absolutely. And so he wanted kind of, because we have this like space upstairs, this loft area or whatever you want to call it, he wanted to do it. Of course, I probably rolled my eyes and like, okay, like, what is this gonna look like? Like what? But he did an awesome job. The color, we both picked out the paint color, which we both liked.
Love it.
But he picked out the chairs, and I had the little coffee table from the farmhouse. I brought that over here, so we have that. He had this one little stand. I think he bought the TV and the little the stand that the TV sits on, and I think I had bought a book modular thing that I had down in the living room. And I'm like, I hate this. I don't even want it. So we moved it up to the game room. He had bought the shuffleboard
That's
table
awesome.
and everything. And so the chair
I love
that
playing that.
So the chair that you see in there, the flowered chair,
A floral
really
chair.
floral. Yeah, floral. Okay, flowered chair. You're right. It's floral.
No, I mean, it had your touch. He did
Yeah.
not pick the floral chair.
No, you're right. Chris did not pick this. This came from the farmhouse, but I'm like, this is still a good chair.
And I love it. It's
listen,
perfect in there.
Chris did not want that chair
No, he had a little
anywhere
coaxing.
near that room.
Yeah, I know. That one night we came over, we're like, Chris, this chair looks perfect in here.
Everyone that comes by, because
Yeah.
you know what? It's a piece that breaks it up, you know?
Yeah.
And it's still got the colors that blend in with the wall and the browns and, and I don't know if they showed it on TV, but we have like this little table that he had, I think at his place. I don't think he bought it, but it's like our little bar thing. But my son, Jeremy, had built like a little wine rack. And so we have that up there. And so, yeah, he did an awesome job.
Yeah, I think he did too.
And
It's
to him, he
amazing.
wanted something that he was able to contribute and do at the house. He did an amazing job. I give a
He
toast
has
to him.
great taste.
Yeah.
He has great taste. All right. And then you have a grandma room. That's pretty cool with the kids' toys. And do they come over and play with the toys?
No, the grandma room, I thought I wanted something that, when the grandkids came over, they could have a place of their own. I've got a lot, excuse me. I've got a lot of toys in there. I've got a lot of books. I've and everything. And so when the grandkids do get to come over, I can't have adult conversation. It reminds me of being a mom. Because they're like, Mimi, come play with us. Mimi, we want to go in the grandma room. Come play with us. And so, they play in there all the time. And, I just wanted a place and have stuff that, they would want to come over here. Because I don't live on the farm anymore, obviously I'm not going to have all the space and the animals and the chickens and stuff like that.
No,
but when they
it's
do
your
come
own.
here, I wanted to be able to do something with them as well.
Yeah, there's sleepovers and
sleepovers. So I'm looking forward to having Lila and Bodie over.
Oh yes. Well, I think that's it for behind the scenes. Do you want to see if we have any questions popping up on here?
Well, we're reaching to 5 o'clock. I have a feeling we're going to go a little over.
I know we're going to go a little over.
So if you guys want to hang in there, we're going to take on some of your questions.
Let's see.
Well, let's do some of the questions first.
I've got some questions here too. Yeah. So are the grandbabies going to be in the wedding?
Well, you know what? I would love to be able to tell you that right now. But I am so hoping, whether it's a yes or a no, that you will continue to watch season 22 and see episode 2, 3, 4, 5, because there's 10 episodes. I think there's 10 episodes. So to answer your questions, I hope you keep watching.
Good question. Everybody's asking, when is the wedding date?
It's in August, towards the end.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You guys, I can't give too many specifics, but I will do my best.
Yes. Okay. Toby Lanigan wants to know, how old is Felix?
Felix will be 6 years old this year. And someone asked me, what is my most favorite cookie? You know what? In fact, this is one recipe that I haven't given to Naveed yet, which, oh, I tell you, you know, you guys, when I do these cooking videos, currently it is a one-woman show. It is just me doing it, writing up the recipes in my kitchen, doing it on an iPhone. I'm trying to get my camera and all that set up. But anyway,
yes.
One of my most favorite cookies is what I call everything but the kitchen sink. And I know there's lots of recipes out there for that. But it's basically taking a chocolate chip cookie recipe and doing a little slight variation to it. But what is it that you want to put in it besides chocolate chips? I put potato chips, pretzels, coconut, nuts, M&Ms, peanut butter chips, Heath bar. That recipe is coming your way. So
yay.
that
Yummy,
is
yummy,
my
yummy.
favorite cookie. And there's a big debate between cookies. Do you like chewy or do you like crispy?
Crispy. That's good. Well,
It depends.
Stay tuned.
Sometimes I like chewy. Sometimes I like crispy. This has got a little crispy with a little chewy in the middle. So anyway.
Yeah. How far are you from your kids?
Well, from Jeremy and Zachary, I'm probably about 10, 15 minutes away. Obviously, Molly's in Spokane, and Jacob and Molly and Joel are in Spokane. Isabel and Jacob are in Bend.
Okay, very cool.
Is that a question?
Yes. What's your best tip for young moms? I'm grabbing
Wait a
a few
minute.
off the. I'm grabbing some from the audience right now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What was that, Lisa?
What's your best tip for new moms, young moms?
You know what? I think the biggest tip that I would have for new moms would be, don't expect perfection. Stay off of social media. Take advice and input from your friends, your family, whatever, but have the confidence in yourself that you are a good mom. There is no handbook for being a mom. But I think the young can learn a lot from those that do have experience, but just take that advice as it applies to your family. Like I really try and not be that mother-in-law or mother. Oh, you should do it this way. Oh, you should do it this way. This is how I raised you. This is how I did it. Because you know what? I'm not wearing their shoes. They're the parents to my grandkids, but these are their kids. I will be there. I will help them. I will support them. I will encourage them. And I will do my best when the kids are over my house. Of course, they'll probably get little extra cookies and candy and fun time and stuff like that. But I also want to abide by what they want for their kids as well. So
That's
to
good.
me, it's like, just do the best you can. Don't worry about perfection. Because, I mean, Jackson just turned 4. I'm like, where did 4 years go?
4 years.
To me, if you worry about these stuff, kids want time. They want time with you. And yes, I know a lot of you guys are working moms and working families, but just make the best in the moments and the time that you have with your kid.
Sounds good. Sounds good. David Pappas wants you to wish Ashlyn a happy birthday.
Ashlyn, happy birthday. I don't know how old you are, or if you're in your 40s, 30s, 20s, or 5 years old, but happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
All
birthday.
right. Let's get a few more questions. Let's see. Both Diane and Nanette on Instagram asked, when you get married, are you changing your surname from Roloff to Chris's surname, or staying as Amy Roloff?
You know what? That played heavy on me, to tell you the truth, guys.
We've had that talk.
Should I just be Amy Jo Merrick? Should I drop Roloff, add in my maiden name, which is Knight? But talking to Lisa, though, because she's been married, you know, this is her second marriage to her husband, but she's been married, what is it, 23?
29 years this year.
I thought it was closer to 30. Anyway, yes. I have kids that have the Roloff name. And she pointed that out, that you still want to, like, because of that. So I think what I'm thinking of is going to be Amy Roloff Merrick. I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I think that's
Don't
great.
count me on that, but
yes.
At this moment of time.
As of today, right now.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
I like that. I like that. Cool. And if you change it, that's cool too. It's your name. Yeah. So
someone had asked is where will Charlene Williams, where will your honeymoon be? Oh my God. Yeah, you're right, Lisa. You should ask me these questions. We're not sure yet. I mean, we have an idea. I'm not sure if I really want to travel outside the country this year. Both Chris and I will be 60, and it'll be our first year anniversary next year. So that may be a time where we travel out of the country, but I think it'll be somewhere in the States here this year.
Somewhere warm, maybe.
Yeah, warm, and we can snorkel. Chris loves snorkeling, and so do I.
Awesome. Tracy Day on Instagram asks, what colors are your bridesmaids wearing or maid of honor for your wedding?
Okay, the only thing I can say about that is that I've told Lisa, it's not black, don't wear white, and don't wear any like bright colors that said, oh, here I am.
See me, I wear black, I wear cool tones. I'm not into that anyway, so you're okay.
But I you know, at this age in my life, it's like whatever someone wants to wear and pick, it's great with me. I don't specifically have a color theme. I'm more traditional. I like softer colors like that rose, vintage rose, maroon, sage, browns, earthy tones. But I also like splashes of color. I want a
not
lot
on me.
I want a lot of flowers at the wedding, and so
yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to.
I don't have anything really specific, but it's just going to be like a country kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think that's going to be fun, especially outside. If you go with outside, it'll be fun. So, okay, let's get a couple more questions in from our audience from before when you asked questions. Ron, is it weird to film Little People, Big World and not live on the farm anymore?
You know what? I would say yes and no to that. I think when you saw this episode and you saw me closing the door, as hard as it may be, you know, that to me shut something off in the sense that when I come to the farm, I look at it, it's not my home anymore. It is someone else's. Yes, it is Matt's, but to me, to make it easier, it's someone else's. And of course, we have someone renting the farmhouse, so I don't even really look at the farmhouse. We go to the barn where we do our interviews, and there may be in the next episodes that you see, you'll see a couple of scenes that I'll be at the farm at, but so it's kind of a yes and no, especially when we film during the summertime. I'm like, oh my gosh, this farm is so beautiful in the spring and summer and everything. But you know what? I choose to look at it as I'm grateful that I had the years I had there and raising my kids.
And you helped build that farm.
I made the choice to, you know, not be a part of Matt's side of the farm. The farmhouse is still something that we've got to work at between Matt and I. And then, so, you know, whatever happens there, but it's, you know, it's still a wonderful place. And I'm just grateful I had an opportunity to be there and raise the kids. And the thing I truly miss about that farm is space.
Mm-hmm.
Because depending on where you live, when I go back to Michigan, yeah, there are some neighborhoods where houses are like this, but a lot of Michigan, you have space in between the house. You have a yard, and we don't necessarily have that here in Oregon.
Well, you do have a private yard. I mean, you've got it fenced.
Well, I do have a yard, but
people saw
in
that
Michigan, but in Michigan, we're talking you have a quarter of an acre.
Right.
If not an
not here
acre,
in Oregon. Not
if
here.
Not an acre.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I know. Okay, let's jump into maybe one or two more things, and then we are going to announce the winners this time for the wine glass and the book. So we've had somebody going through and grabbing some people that have said, I love reading. You still have a chance to go to I love reading in the conversation or the chat box while we're talking, and you can go ahead and get.
Okay, I want to answer this question. Susan Lamb Koch, what is your favorite thing about being a grandparent? To me, it's everything. Part of it is like, gosh, to know that my kids are carrying on a legacy extended from me, but it's their own legacy. I mean, what a blessing that is. And I think as I spent time with my grandkids, you know, this morning that are here, I kind of go back to how I raised my kids, how I talk to them. And I mean, Lila and Bodie, to tell the truth, I can't even understand what they're saying.
They're so
but
cute.
I was a big fan of just talking to them, trying to guess what they want. So I would say water, not Wawa. I would say water. Do you want, you know, whatever it may be? Or because to me, it just, I'm hoping that it helped with language. But it's like I go back to how I raised my own kids, and then I go back to what's familiar. It's like, I should have been a teacher, people. I so should have. I love kids.
Well, you were preschool.
Their curiosity, their just willingness to be themselves, and
And you're amazing with them.
I love being a grandparent. I love being a grandparent.
They love you.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if fans saw, but Deb and I actually took Amy on a pre-bachelorette trip to Palm Springs. We stayed at
let me talk about that.
Okay, where did we stay?
Lisa and Deb. We did so much. I'm just dumbfounded over that. We stayed at the Hotel, which, if you guys know that, one of the Bachelorette or Bachelor shows were there.
Bachelorette.
Lisa? Bachelorette. A fabulous place. Palm Springs. I mean, it was gorgeous. It was fun. We just had a great girls' time just hanging out by the pool. Okay, yes. I was not drunk in the one video that, you know, you guys saw. Anyway. But we did have fun.
We had a lot of fun.
And we went shopping. Lisa and I went shopping and everything. And it was a nice, relaxing time. But they spoiled me rotten. They gave me gifts every day. It was a pre-bachelorette party. Great weather. They were the best. I could not have asked for a better time. They were just a good girls' trip.
It was our pleasure. I mean, it was a great trip. We got
crazy at one restaurant, and then we said we had to be civil at another. And
Well, I'll
So,
tell you, the food and the service at
yeah,
La Quinta was amazing.
it was. It
Then
was very good.
shout out to Lavender Bistro, which was amazing, Lake Quinta, because that's a little farther out than Palm Springs. So we stayed
Yes, it
mostly in
is.
the
We're about
La
30
Quinta
minutes
area.
south of Palm Springs.
Yeah, and then the La Quinta Cliff House. Oh my gosh, if you guys ever get a chance to go there, it was just cool. It was built in the side of a cliff. I mean,
Yeah,
the ambiance was amazing.
but I
So
like the lavender. The lavender was fun.
it was fun. We had a good time. And again, food, everything was great. So
All I'm going to say
anyway,
to that is that Lisa and I forgot the girlfriend code. But anyway,
that's another one. But we're good. We're good. So what you have next is to kind of follow up with the wedding planner, work on flowers, party gifts. We're all going to make some party gifts here. We got to get a calendar.
party favors. Yeah,
Party
just little
favors.
party favors. I mean, that's kind of a traditional thing. And I think I came up with something special for everyone that attends the wedding. And I hope it's special. I mean,
I think it is. It'll be fun.
anyway.
We can't
I
spill the
wanted
beans on
something
that
to
yet. But
I
we
wanted
will.
everyone to have something that remembers that they came to Chris and I's wedding. So
Yeah. So
But yeah.
that'll be fun. We'll share that on another.
But I think,
time.
you know, as some of you guys have known who have gone through wedding planning for your own wedding, if not for your kids and stuff like that, I think the next, 3 months are going to be a whirlwind because we're already in the middle of May and
Yeah.
I've got to get invites out. I've got to find an officiant to do our
3 months.
wedding.
90 days, Amy.
Yeah. Oh
90
my
days.
God. Are you serious?
90
No.
days. And yeah, it's the middle of May. June, July, August.
No, we have a little more than 90 days. Oh,
No.
dear. Okay.
No, we don't.
Okay.
It's
There's a
coming
lot
up.
of people that,
Yeah.
you know what? There's a lot of people that like reading. That is awesome.
That's the code for getting
Thank you for
into
that.
Amy,
What?
that's the code for getting into the contest.
I know.
Get the book and the wine. Okay. I
I
told them
know.
they had to say that.
I know. But I'm just so thrilled.
Okay. Okay. I think it's time to close this show out. I think we have a lot of fun stuff coming up. I'm going to announce the winners today.
Because after this, you guys, I have to go do an interview, a dual interview with Chris and I. Oh boy.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. How fun is that? So that'll be great. I wonder what you're going to talk about. I wonder what he talked about without you. We'll have to see.
I get so nervous.
I know. I would too. But
No,
he's a good guy.
it's all going to be good. It's all going to be good.
Yeah.
But,
So-
you know, as Lisa and I always say, you know, thank you so much for joining us on this live. Because the new episodes are coming out, we're not going to do this weekly, but the next time we do our live, we'll catch up on, you know, a few of the episodes. So my biggest thing is summer's coming up. I don't know what you guys do for summer barbecues or just dinner in general, or you guys really switch it up. Do you really cook seasonally? Sometimes I do, but I go back to my traditional meals. So how would they message me?
On
Well, you can
Amy's
message
little
me. I'll
kitchen.
try and read them. Message me on my
Here.
Instagram, my Facebook, or here, or go to amyroloffslittlekitchen.com. I think there's a contact or whatever. Let me know what some of your favorite summertime salad, appetizer, meals, desserts are. I would love to get an idea of what you guys are doing now that summer's coming up, and I'll kind of look at that and kind of come up with, you know, something that I think would be great too.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. And then talking about Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, we've got some new fudge coming out on Monday, new flavors.
Summer.
Oregon berry.
Think of summer.
Summer. Oregon berry, and I think mocha, maybe a chocolate mocha.
I think it's mocha caramel or mocha toffee or something.
Yeah, so that'll be really good. And then, I wanted to point out too, in the episodes, you were wearing your MVP necklace that you have on. She wears it all the time.
I know you can't really see it here, but my necklace is the MVP. It has been one of the key, if you got words in your life, I mean, faith will always be number one for me. But if you got words that, kind of, help you focus on in life, a lot of people are fearless. A lot of people are brave and stuff. I have the MVP, and what those stand for is matter, value, and purpose. And what it reminds me of, not only for myself, but I hope all of you, it doesn't matter what challenge you're going through. It doesn't matter if you've got great things happening in your life or not so great things, but to always remember that you matter. You are important. And you can only ask of yourself to do the best that you can. It doesn't matter right or wrong, perfect or imperfect. Just do your best. Just give it your all so that you matter. You have value. You have something to give, something to offer, something that is of worth. And your purpose, you are meant to do something. Yes. Sometimes for some of us, it may take us a lifetime. For some of us, we may know right now. For some of us, we're in this transition and we're trying to figure this out. And that's okay too, but you do have a purpose. Take the time to figure out what it is that you think that is. And so anyway, because we have a lot of stuff coming out at us. And if we're on social media a lot, oh my gosh, that will destroy all of that. But to me, if you keep that inside of yourself and you believe it for yourself that you matter, have value and purpose, and how much easier it is to allow other people to know that as well. We live in a tough time right now. So much is going on in the diversity and cultural and race and politically and everything. It's like, can we just all get back down to, we all matter. We all have value and purpose. Let's figure out what that commonality is so that we can all move forward and try and create a life that we're all able. Amen. Is it all the same? No, it is not. No. But it doesn't mean that none of us don't have it. We all have MVP.
Yep, I love that.
So that's why I wear it, you guys.
So if you want one, just go on amyroloffslittlekitchen.com. We also have Amy's book, her signed book. And okay, I'm going to announce.
Get this. I didn't show this because this is water in here, This is my favorite mug. I love it.
Yeah, these are all things you can buy on our site, and we'll have new stuff coming up too. So anyway,
but the more important thing is that we do have new fudge coming out. It's the berry and the mocha. I think it's caramel or toffee in it. Oh my gosh, why don't I know? Let me get it.
Oh, you have it? Oh. And it'll be for sale starting. It'll be for sale starting on Monday. So.
Oh, we should have known this, Lisa. Come on. It's mocha hazelnut.
Oh, yes, for hazelnuts in Oregon. Yes.
We had to go traditional somewhere.
And
then berry. Come on. It's summertime, you guys. Talk about strawberry shortcake, cobblers, berry pies. So hopefully this fudge will remind you of that.
Yeah. Anyway. So look for that starting Monday.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Amy, we are going to announce the winners.
Woohoo!
Okay, we're cutting off.
The winners are going to be from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter.
Yep. Okay, I'm shutting it off. Okay. The first winner I have somebody here giving it to me. They've been randomly picking people as we go through. The Facebook
And we did
winner,
not pick them. We have someone
No.
else doing that for us.
Brandy Abel Walker for Facebook. So please reach out to me at arlittlekitchen@gmail.com. Email me your contact information and we will send out a wine glass that's part of our charity foundation.
I should have had my book. Yeah.
Yep, and your book. I have your book, it's upstairs.
My book is called A Little Me, and it kind of tells a little bit of my history up to a certain point. So, yeah.
Okay, and then off YouTube, we have Leah Cheaterton. Leah Cheaterton. So that's from Facebook. From Twitter, we have McKinnon at KMB73. That is for Twitter. And Instagram is Andrea at Jam47592020. So congratulations for this time. We're doing giveaways at all of our lives. So we appreciate watching today. Amy, do you want to take it out with our saying that we say every?
No, it's like, you know what? I am still learning so much about social media. And so I just appreciate, hang on, please, I'm trying to get it. I know, where does 7 go?
It actually says 6 at the top.
What? Oh, yeah, okay, oh, God.
It was a mix-up.
Anyway, you know, everyone on Instagram, everyone on Facebook, thank you so much for YouTube. That is where Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen YouTube and all my cooking videos are at. Thank you for being on Twitter. I so appreciate it. And I don't say that because so many people say that. I truly appreciated this. I mean, this is a small little, I mean, it's just me, it's Lisa. I've got a small team really helping me to do this. So I just really appreciate you guys being on our live and just kind of having fun. And, you know, maybe you guys had a drink with yourselves as well, you know, in this thing too. But it's, I just really have a good time. So thank you for being here.
Thank you
so much for watching the show. I mean, season 22, I will get mad.
Let's give her a round of applause. Season 22.
Ooh.
You! It's your show.
I just want to give Matt and my entire family big kudos for, you know, it's a lot to put yourself out there like we did. And a lot has happened to my family and my kids in various ways. And, you know, it was worthy of a story to tell. But,
Absolutely.
You know, it also comes at a cost as well. So I just really appreciate you guys watching. You guys watched episode 1. I hope you continue to watch the remainder of the episode. As I mentioned, or as Lisa and I mentioned earlier on, we're not going to have a live weekly, but we'll have another live in about a couple of weeks, and we'll go over the last couple of episodes. So
yes, more behind the scenes.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions or, you know, recipes you guys want me to try or one of your favorites, I will do my best to follow up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yes.
Like I said, I don't, this is a small team, and I like it that way because it helps me to remain personable, honest, real, thankful, humble, and all of you guys. So thank you. So as we always close this out, because Lisa came up with this and I love it. I want to come up with another quote as well. But you know what, you guys, this world needs us all to be kind, to think kind, and to stay kind. It's not an easy task, but it's worth it. So thank you for being kind to me.
Cheers.
Bye.
We love
Cheers, you guys.
Thanks
thank you, Lisa.
Tuning in. Bye.